All right, here we are, the land of war, Afghanistan. Hello all, welcome to my channel. I am gonna go continent-wise instead of alphabetical order. So, here we are. Asia's first country, Afghanistan, and hey you. Subscribe before we start so. Yes, Afghanistan, the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, is a landlocked country bordered by Pakistan to its east and south, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan and Uzbekistan to its north, Iran to west and a small narrow border with China on east. The country also borders the disputed region of Jammu and Kashmir, which is shared between India, Pakistan and China, but India claims it. Yep, the history of Afghanistan began in 1923 as Emirate of Afghanistan after the fall of Afghan Durrani Empire. It laid the foundation of modern Afghanistan. The history can be traced back to around 400–500 BCE when Achaemenid Empire ruled the area. The Indus Valley civilization stretched up to northern Afghanistan. Some resources say even Alexander the Great ruled Afghanistan. The land served as a center of the ancient Silk Road in Central Asia, a gateway to Indian subcontinent, connecting China to Western Asia and Europe, which carried trade from the Mediterranean to China. The Iranian languages were developed by one branch of these people. The Pashto language spoken today in Afghanistan by the ethnic Pashtuns, is one of the Eastern Iranian languages. One's family is the single most important aspect of life in Afghanistan. Afghan culture is very collectivistic and people generally put their family's interests before their own. This means that family tend to hold a greater importance than personal needs. Throughout all of Afghanistan, family matters are kept strictly private. People are often reluctant to share personal issues with non-family members as community knowledge of a family's struggles can bring shame on the household. Moving on to clothing, the Perahan Tunban is the standard traditional dress for men, consisting of a tunic, shirt, pants, and with optional head covering. This dress originates from the Pashtun lands in the south, but its use spread to most of Afghanistan. It is a form of the shalwar kameez, which is also worn in Pakistan and India. It remains the predominant dress for male villagers. Traditional women's dresses are always long and are made from light linens and are loose-fitting for ease of movement. They come in many colors and have stitching for details. Most traditional clothing are colorful, except for the Nuristan dress. More elaborate and fancier dresses are detailed with gold threading, zardozi, gold beads, and come in many different colors on silk fabrics. These dresses are usually worn to special occasions and weddings. Let's now jump on to tourist spots. The 10 best places to visit in Afghanistan are Baba Tomb, National Museum of Afghanistan, Karga Lake, Band-e-Amir National Park, Kabul Museum, Darul Aman Palace, Friday Mosque, Blue Mosque, Herat Citadel and Panjshir Mountains. But many people assume that Afghanistan is only war and war. But in reality it also contains tourist places like other countries do. Let's now see the last and final part: economy. The economy of Afghanistan has steadily improved in the last decade due to the return of a large number of wealthy expats, the modernization of the nation's agriculture sector, and the establishment of more trade routes with neighboring and regional countries. Despite holding over $1.3 trillion in proven untapped mineral deposits, Afghanistan remains one of the least developed countries in the world. Its unemployment rate is over 23% and about half of its population lives below the poverty line. Many of the unemployed men join the foreign-funded militant groups or the world of crime, particularly as smugglers. Afghanistan has long sought foreign investment in order to improve its economy. The nation's GDP (PP) stands these days at about $70 billion with an exchange rate of $20 billion 2017, and the GDP per capita (PP) is about $2,000. It imports over $6 billion worth of goods but exports about $1 billion worth of legal products, mainly fruits and nuts. So before we jump to conclusion, the top 10 cities of Afghanistan are the capital city Kabul, Kandahar, Balkh, Mazar-e-Sharif, Herat, Bamiyan, Bagram, Samarkand, Faizabad and Jalalabad. In conclusion, sir, overall basically we can say Afghanistan is an overrated country. Many people think Afghanistan is just war, but it is not. There is also good people living there. And overall these facts were before the Taliban occupation. Stay tuned, the Caucasian country of Armenia from Middle East is coming up next.